Welcome back, Weather Reconnaissance Team, to another weekly Weather Recon Briefing. I'm your host, Russ Parsons. Thrilled to be here with you today, December 1st, 2025, bringing the latest on what Mother Nature has in store for us. Coming to you live from Parsons, Kansas, southeast Kansas, baby, where we have light snow and about 28 degrees. Not too bad. Got our first snow of the second winter season, is what I call it. December is our second start of our winter season here in 2025. And picking up a little bit of snowfall out there. Not a lot. It's just been kind of spitting off and on all day, and had a heavier band of snow here about the last hour or so. And I'll let you know how much we got here in just a minute or two. We will get started with this week's Russ's Weekly Weather Recon Briefing. Alrighty, we will get to our first slide here. Last week's severe weather. As you see up here at the northern Great Plains states, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, had some pretty good snowfall off and on during the last week or so. Not too shabby. We will get into some totals here in just a second. But I do want to point out that they did have some flooding down here. That was the beginning of last week. Not sure the exact date, but had several reports of flooding here in the green circles with red around the outside of the circles. Those are flooding reports. A couple of hail reports here south of Dallas, and a couple of people really didn't see these tornadoes. I don't know if they have done their damage survey yet to see if they have been actual tornadoes, but there was a lot of damage in the area west of Houston, Texas, and that would have been during the same period as all this moved through with the cold front at the beginning of last week. But yes, several reports of damage. I'm not sure if it was actually tornado damage or straight line winds or what they determined, but yeah. That was mainly our reports. Let's look at some snowfall totals here in North Dakota. This was Friday, Saturday time frame, and these were from actual airports in North Dakota. Dickinson had about 9 inches of snow on the ground Saturday morning. Bismarck had about 4.5 inches of new snow on the ground Saturday morning, and Williston had 2 inches of snow on the ground Saturday morning. So those were a few reports there from North Dakota. Those were from actual airports, official readings. Some more. These are some more areas in North Dakota that had some probably unofficial readings. Friday, Saturday time frame topped out at Hazelton, North Dakota, 10.2 inches, and all the way down to Max that had 1 inch. So just a little bit of everywhere. 10 inches is quite a bit. I know they've had probably close to 14 inches total for the season in North Dakota so far for snowfall. So they're doing pretty decent up there. Not sure if that's average or not. We might get into that in another show on the averages of what our snowfall should be during different parts of our winter season. These are some snowfall totals from South Dakota area, and western Iowa. 2 miles southeast of Spencer, Iowa, had 9 inches. National Weather Service office in Aberdeen, South Dakota, had 8.6 inches. Pollock had 8 inches. So anywhere from about 9 inches all the way down to 2 inches. Platte had 2.9 inches. 13 northwest of Platte had 2.9 inches. So yeah, anywhere from about 9 inches down to 2 inches in South Dakota from this same storm that moved from the northwest to the east southeast. And I believe that went on to affect our eastern coast and around the Great Lakes areas with more snow. We will move on into, I believe today, I was going to mention today, currently, that I did just go out and measure my official Coco Ross reporting station, precipitation reporting station. I just measured about a half an inch here in Parsons. And that was mainly from a band that occurred from about 3:30 to about 4:30-ish. Come down fairly heavy. We had this, it was just kind of spitting snow most of the day, off and on from most of the day until this afternoon when it come down a little bit heavier. But yeah, I went out and measured about right at a half an inch. So that will be our first half inch of snowfall in December, winter of 2025. So be interesting to see if we get any more snowfall here in Parsons, Kansas in December. This map here depicts the hazards outlook between Wednesday of this upcoming week and Sunday. I'm expecting some very heavy rainfall December 4th through the 5th in southeastern Texas, southern Louisiana, and off into Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia areas. High winds are expected on December the 6th this week, and western South Dakota and northwestern Nebraska, and then back into Wyoming and the mountains of Montana. And yeah, so if you're out in that area, expect some high winds in our north central plain states this week. The surface analysis map for today, it does show in the white shaded area here, that's our snowfall areas that we're expecting snowfall, and that'll go all the way into the northeastern states. Expecting some freezing rain and some mixture precipitation here across Arkansas, most of Arkansas, and back into eastern Oklahoma in this area here with this particular storm. And then rainfall down here in eastern Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi areas. And then snowfall around the mountain areas again in Montana and southern Colorado and New Mexico. But today's major weather story was the snowfall here in, kind of started out here in about the area of Salina, Kansas, north central Kansas. And I believe they got anywhere from about 3 to 5 inches. I know they had 4 or 5 inches. I was checking some totals here in Kansas City area today. About 4 to 5 inches. I know they had some traffic issues, standstill traffic on some of the interstates around Kansas City, Kansas, and Missouri today. So if you're in that area and you're coming home, you're probably going to have a slow time at getting home. Snow-packed and covered highways anywhere from north central Kansas all the way back to northeastern Kansas and northern Missouri areas here. And that goes down, I believe they had about 2 inches in St. Louis today of snowfall. So yeah, anywhere from St. Louis back to Kansas City, central Kansas, picked up 2 to 5 inches of snow today. Potential winter storm impacts today through Wednesday of this week includes some minor impacts. Expect a few inconveniences to daily life, winter driving conditions in northern Kansas, all the way to northwestern Missouri, southern Iowa, and back into Illinois. And then you see the darker shaded grays here in southern Kansas, a lot of Nebraska, western Kansas. And that's just the winter weather area where they're expecting some type of winter weather. And we did get a little bit of snow here in southeastern Kansas today. These are some of the amounts that they were Actually, this map here depicts the snowfall probability of at least greater than 1 inch of snowfall. So in the areas of northern Missouri here and back towards Kansas City, they were expecting about a 90 to 95% chance they were going to get at least 1 inch of snowfall today. And then that tapered off down here into southern Kansas, back out in western Kansas. So this kind of gives you an idea of where some of the heavier snow was expected to fall during today's storm. And that will continue on up into Illinois and western Michigan. This map here depicts what the forecast was. The forecast from today through Thursday, snowfall. Pretty much today's snowfall. This is what they were predicting, about 4 inches. They picked up about 4 to 5 inches here in Kansas City area. So this is probably pretty darn accurate for the forecast. This is actually the forecast here on this particular map, what they're forecasting. North Dakota is going to pick up a little bit of snow here, anywhere from about a half an inch to an inch, it looks like. And then western South Dakota, a little bit out here in this area, and then western Nebraska. Severe weather outlook today. Expecting just some general thunderstorms, nothing severe here in southeastern Texas, in this area, Louisiana, and this is all along a frontal boundary that stretches right here along the Gulf Coast states. Marginal risk of excessive rainfall for today, along with those thunderstorms, expecting possibly a marginal risk of some flooding in southeastern Texas, Louisiana, and back up into Alabama and Georgia. Tuesday's surface analysis chart showing a little bit of snowfall, mixed precipitation up here around South Dakota, northwestern Nebraska, freezing rain possible up here in Montana along this cold frontal boundary, and the flooding and the rain generally. Very southern part of Texas may get some rain tomorrow, but most of the rain moves offshore into the Gulf of Mexico along this frontal boundary tomorrow. On Wednesday, December 3rd, the surface analysis chart shows a chance of thunderstorms here in southeastern Texas. Got a cold front here with a shot of cold air coming down out of Canada. Make it as far south on Wednesday as northern Nebraska. Not really a lot of precipitation to speak of other than the rainfall here in southeastern Texas on Wednesday. On Thursday, this frontal boundary makes it all the way down here into Texas. Not sure how much it'll cool everything off. We'll check the temperatures and forecasts here in a little bit. But not a lot of precipitation expected throughout the Plain States on Thursday. Pretty much the same story for Friday. That frontal boundary makes it all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico once again. Scour all the moisture out down here, and we'll see what the temperatures will be here in just a little bit for our Plain States. Friday, we do have another front that makes its way down into South Dakota by Saturday. Still not a lot of precipitation predicted on Saturday. Sunday, the front makes it down here into Oklahoma by Sunday. And I believe there will be a little bit of precipitation along this front here on Sunday. And as it moves down through Kansas and into Oklahoma. But we will check on that here in just a minute. San Antonio, they're expecting a 30% chance of thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening, with a high of about 53 today and a low of 40 tonight. Looks like they'll get up to about 65 on Wednesday, with some more chances of thunderstorms Wednesday night, and showers and thunderstorms through Friday night, with the highest chance of being about 50% chance on Thursday. Looks like their weekend, Saturday and Sunday, no chances of rain or precipitation of any kind in San Antonio. 71 degrees on Sunday. So get out there and enjoy that weather in south central Texas this weekend. Oklahoma City, the next 7 days, they're expecting about a 20% chance of showers this afternoon with a high of 36 today, a low of 23 tonight. Looks like they will get down to about a low of 26 on Wednesday night, with a chance of snow showers both Thursday and Thursday night. It looks like it'll clear off for the weekend with a high of 53 on Saturday and a high of 49 on Sunday. Get out there and enjoy your weather in Oklahoma City this coming weekend. Wichita, Kansas, they were expecting up to 1 inch of snow today and this evening. I believe that'll probably taper off by about 7 p.m. this evening. The last band of snow was coming through Parsons here in Labette County about 30 minutes ago or so. And once that moves out and moves off into Missouri, the snow in Kansas should taper off, and we'll go down to some clear skies tonight. Looks like they'll have a low tonight in Wichita of about 20 degrees. Looks like they'll get down to about 17 degrees on Wednesday night for the low of the week. And they'll top out about 46 degrees for a high on Saturday. 40 degrees for a high on Sunday, with a chance of snow showers Thursday night and into Friday. Here in Parsons, we were expecting up to about a half an inch of snow. We did get that half an inch today. Had a 70% chance of snow today. Looks like we'll get down to about 18 degrees tonight and 17 degrees Wednesday night. And we'll top out at about 46 degrees Wednesday and Saturday for highs. Pretty decent weekend coming up in Parsons even. I believe we're supposed to have a chance of snow, 30% chance of snow showers on Thursday night. And that's supposed to go into some rain showers on Friday before all that moves out here in Parsons. Lincoln, Nebraska, they were expecting up to about 1.5 inches of snow today, 70% chance snow showers today. Looks like they're going to get down to about 7 degrees tonight. Their low for the week will be Wednesday night, Thursday morning, about -2. And their weekend looks pretty decent. 36 for a high on Saturday and 26 for a high on Sunday, which is to be expected in Nebraska. It is winter time. Not quite the first day of winter yet. Give us a couple more weeks and we'll be there. But Lincoln, Nebraska don't look too bad this upcoming weekend. Pierre, South Dakota, they were supposed to be sunny today at 27 degrees for a high. Looks like their low for the week will get down to about 1 degree on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and some snow showers Friday night, Saturday and Saturday night. Probably not a whole lot of snow with this system up there, but there is a chance, about a 20% chance through the weekend, through Friday night through Saturday night time frame. And then there'll be about partly cloudy skies and cloudy skies Sunday night. Looks like still pretty chilly on Sunday, 24 for a high and 6 for a low there in Pierre, South Dakota. Minot, North Dakota, they're expecting some snow showers Tuesday, 20% chance Tuesday and Tuesday night. Looks like they're going to get down to about -9 in Minot, North Dakota on Wednesday night. Pretty chilly. And a high temperature Wednesday of 8 degrees. Their weekend is going to include some snow showers Thursday through about Saturday night, it looks like. Just off and on snow showers. Nothing too serious. They haven't really talked about if it's going to be too much that accumulates or not, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see on that. Pretty chilly temperatures in Minot, North Dakota on the weekend, it looks like. This is the total 7-day precipitation forecast. It says November 1st. It's actually December 1st through December 8th. This includes any snowfall, melted snowfall precipitation. So that's why you see these totals up here in the greens. You melt your snowfall that falls into your gauge. And then that's kind of what this depicts. So it's actually melted snowfall where it falls as snow in this area up in here especially. This all down here in eastern Texas will all be rainfall. Looks like right on the Gulf Coast, they're expecting about 4 to 5 inches of rain here in the very southeastern part of Texas. So they're going to pick up some pretty good rainfall here in southeastern Texas, and I believe that's today and tomorrow time frame. And now that brings us to our Beyond the Forecast segment, where I take a look at a topic beyond just this week's weather forecast. This week, we're going to take a look at misconceptions about forecast accuracy and science. Today, we're tackling something that probably affects your daily life more than you realize: weather forecasting. We all rely on it, but we also love to complain about it. They're always wrong. It's just guesswork. My knee is a better forecaster. Today, we're going to bust some of the biggest misconceptions about weather forecast accuracy and the science behind it. Let's clear the air. Misconception number 1, meteorologists are wrong 50% of the time. This is probably the most common complaint. The perception is that forecasts are a coin flip, but the reality is far different. Modern forecasts are incredibly accurate. A 5-day temperature forecast has an accuracy rate of around 90%. A 7-day forecast is right about 80% of the time. The reason for the misconception is something called confirmation bias. You only remember the one time they predicted sun and it poured on your barbecue. You forget the 30 days in a row when they nailed the temperature within a couple of degrees. We remember the failures because they inconvenience us, not the successes that we take for granted. Misconception number 2. Weather forecasting is an exact science or pure guesswork. It's neither. It's a mix of rigorous, complex science and professional judgment. Meteorologists use supercomputers to run massive, complex models based on the laws of physics and fluid dynamics. They input millions of data points from satellites, weather balloons, and ground stations. But here's the key. The atmosphere is a naturally chaotic system. The butterfly effect is real. A tiny difference in the starting data in one place can lead to a huge difference in the forecast down the line. That's where the human meteorologist comes in. They don't just read a computer screen. They analyze multiple models, use their experience with local terrain and weather patterns, and make educated adjustments. It's a blend of hard data and expert interpretation. That brings us to misconception number 3. Long-range forecasts, weeks or months in advance, are reliable. The accuracy of a forecast decreases significantly the further out in time you go. This is a fundamental limitation of the science due to that chaotic atmosphere we just talked about. Forecasts beyond 10 days are useful only for general trends. They can tell you if a month might be warmer or colder than average, but they cannot tell you it will rain on June 24th at 2 p.m. If your app is giving you a specific rain chance 15 days from now, take it with a huge grain of salt. It's just automated data, not a reliable prediction of specific weather conditions. Misconception number 4. All weather apps and online sources are equally accurate. Nope. This is a big one. Some weather apps just pull raw, generalized data from a single nearby national weather station or one specific computer model. Reliable forecasts involve actual, degreed meteorologists analyzing and blending multiple data sources, considering local terrain like mountains and coastlines that dramatically affect weather. When you rely on a TV meteorologist with a certified broadcast meteorologist seal or the official National Weather Service website, you're getting a professionally curated forecast, not just an automated computer output. Weather forecasting is a sophisticated science that has advanced dramatically in our lifetime. While they aren't perfect and never will be due to the nature of our atmosphere, they are incredibly reliable most of the time. So the next time your local weathercaster misses the mark, remember the complexity of their job and all the times they were spot on. Do you have a weather misconception you want us to tackle next? Are you interested in learning about the difference between weather and climate and how they're often confused? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more science content. That pretty much wraps up this week's weekly weather recon update. Thank you for tuning in, staying weather aware. Remember, knowledge is power when it comes to the weather. You can always stay up to date by following us on Facebook at Russ Weather Recon for additional weather resources and detailed weather forecasts. Make sure you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel also at Russ Weather Recon. The YouTube channel is really what I want to grow. So if you haven't went and liked my particular channel at Russ-Weather-Recon, make sure you do that. Subscribe to my page. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're actually notified anytime I go live. I do go live with this broadcast Mondays between about 5:15 and 5:45. I go live at the same time on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. That may change in the future, but right now I really want to grow the YouTube page. So tell all your friends out there about the YouTube page, Facebook page, and give me a follow. I hope you're actually getting something out of this broadcast. We'll talk to you all next week. Have a good week in the central, southern, and northern plains of the great United States.